much for the opportunity to come to this historic place, not only in Germany and the world around this place of Berlin. This Brandenburg Gate represents a symbol of freedom. And it was in this city over 50 years ago that my uncle, President John F. Kennedy, spoke to the words of those who sought freedom. And they sought freedom here in Berlin. And that is why John F. Kennedy came to Berlin. And he wanted people around the world to know that the fight for freedom in Berlin was a worldwide fight for all free people around the world. President Kennedy's famous words were "Ich bin ein Berliner." And when he said that he was a Berliner, he was saying that a threat to freedom anywhere was a threat to freedom everywhere. And that Americans stood with people of Berlin as they sought freedom during that critical hour when it was challenged here in Berlin. And so today, how symbolic it is that we have convened this great rally on behalf of democracy and freedom for Iran right here in Berlin at this historic gate of the Brandenburg Gate. We are at a similar historic point in history when it comes to the freedom of the people of Iran. Many people would say this is a problem for Iranians to solve. But I am here as an American who says that it's not just a problem for Iranians to solve, it's a problem for any person in this world who cherishes freedom and democracy and who hates the tyrannical regime of the mullahs in Iran. Martin Niemöller, the great philosopher, said after the Holocaust, he said, first, they came for the Jews. And I was not a Jew, so I did not speak up. Then they came for the gypsies, and I was not a gypsy, so I did not speak up. And then they came for the trade unionists, and I was not a trade unionist, so I did not speak up. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak up. We need to learn the history of what happened here in Germany, the fascism, the dictatorship, and the abuse of human rights that happened in this country just over a generation ago, and yet those same crimes against humanity are happening today. It's not Adolf Hitler, it's the mullahs in Tehran who are the fascist dictators. It's not a big reach to say that that comparison takes place, because Iran is the single leading nation in the world for executing their own people. #1 nation in the world is the mullahs executing their own people in Iran. And not only are they sowing terrorism amongst their own people in Iran, they're sowing terrorism all throughout the world. And so I want to say to Madam Rajavi and to the PMLY and the MEK, I support you. I support the MEK. Now, I've been in politics my whole life. I've run and won many elections, and I know something about politics. And so when the MEK continues to get attacked, it just recalls to me the fact that the mullahs cannot attack the MEK on the 10-point plan offered by Madam Rajavi. The mullahs cannot attack the MEK in their assertion that Iran is the leading sponsor of state terrorism. This, my friends, is the real issues that the mullahs cannot attack the MEK on. And you know why? Because the MEK is right and the mullahs are wrong. I just want to say that I am in favor of the strongest possible sanctions against the regime of Iran, the mullahs, and their terror. I believe that strong sanctions are the answer that is going to help speed up the day where we overthrow this tyrannical fascist regime of the mullahs. And I do not believe this is the time for us to let up on the financial stranglehold that we are putting these mullahs in. The economy in Iran is crashing right now. Inflation is spiraling, and the gross domestic product is going through the floor. This is unsustainable for the mullahs. They can no longer prop up their regime when we've cut off the supply of money that have helped them continue their corrupt control over their own people. So that is why we cannot acquiesce or give in to those who say they want to soften sanctions against Iran. We need to keep sanctions going strong to help speed up the day that we bring down this horrible dictatorship. And I'll conclude with this. My late father, Senator Edward Kennedy, led the Congress in imposing sanctions against South Africa, and particularly the apartheid regime in South Africa. And many people said, well, won't this hurt the people of South Africa? And when Nelson Mandela got out of jail, he came to see my father and he said, thank you, Senator Kennedy, because those sanctions made it possible for us to have a free South Africa. I want to have a free Iran, and that's why I'm here, just like my late uncle was over 50 years ago. But this time, I'm here to say, Man Irani Hastam!